Hello, I hope you're doing great. In this video, I would like to show you how you can design your own AWS load balancer with target group. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is to create your new architecture on Brainboard. You can do it either by importing existing resources, using templates, Git init, or start from scratch. And for this session, we will start from scratch. Then we need to select our own cloud provider. So GCP, AWS, Azure, or Scaleway, and we will choose to work on AWS. Then we can see that we have all the resources from AWS, and we simply need to choose one to start with. And we will choose the region. We will simply drag and drop it here. Then, as we can see, we have the resource name that we can modify, and we also have the region that we can modify. And for this use case, we will include the region in East US, Ohio. Then we will now include a VPC. So we will look here for the VPC. It's this one, and we will include it in the region. Here we will modify the resource name by saying, for example, default. Then the region has been already included, it's still US East Ohio. And then here we need to change the side block, and we will use this configuration. Then we can actually look at advanced configuration. We are already here, but we also can look at exported attributes, but we will not modify it for now. Here, I will make it bigger to include more resources in it, and here as well. And as you can see, everything that I'm doing on my diagram is automatically reflected on my code here. Then we will choose, so AWS VPC, and we will choose an internet gateway. Simply need to drag and drop it here. And we will modify its configuration. So AWS Internet Gateway 3, it's all right. We can modify it by saying, for example, changing 12, then advanced configuration, the tags, we can take them out. VPC ID, it's AWS underscore VPC dot default dot ID. The extra attributes, we don't need to change them, and the exported attributes either. So it's good. Here we will now include a security group directly in the AWS VPC. The first power of Brainboard is that it is able to detect all interactions between resources. So for now, the security group is included in the VPC and in the region, and it adopts an inherit from the cloud configuration of the resources. We will modify the security group. So the resource name here, we'll call as G, is still East Ohio. Then we don't need to change the name. We have taken out the tags, so we are good to go. I will make it bigger to include more. resources in it, and then now we will include a region. No, we will include, sorry, an availability zone. An AZ. It's still in the security group VPC and region, and we can modify its configuration here. So saying AZ3, it still is in East Ohio. Advanced configuration, we don't need to, we need to change it. It's called this one. Extra attributes, ability zone. Yes, we're good to go for this one as well. And now in the East, in this region, I will include another subnet. VPC subnet. In the VPC subnet is now included in your AZ security group VPC region, and we can modify its configuration as well. So we will call it, we will name it, sorry, default. Then shadow block need to be modified. It's this one. VPC ID, it's this one. So now we can look at advanced configuration. It's still good. The tags, we don't need the tags here. So we're good to go. I will modify the shape of our AWS subnet to include now an LB listener. So this one, simply need to drag and drop it here. And now this resource is included in the subnet AZ security group VPC and region, and we can modify its configuration. So this one, the resource name is called LB listener. Then load balancer on it's this one. The target group we're looking for it, it's target group. We're looking for it here. It's group. So apparently we don't need to change it. Target group on. So yeah, it's this one. Here the type, it's called forward. Then advanced configuration, we don't need to change it. We simply need to take out the tags here and we're good to go. And then we need to add LB target group. So we can simply look for it here. Target group, we will include it in this resource in the subnets AZ security group VPC and region. We will modify its configuration parameter. It's here, so modify the name. The region is still the same. The advanced configuration, let's see if we change the port. Yeah, we can modify the port. It's this one. Protocol, it's HTTP, and take on the tag here. Extra attributes, let's check. Good. Here, title is still the same, so we're good to go. I will make this subnet bigger because we want to include more resources in it. So now we want to include a target group attachment. Then we will modify, we will make it line. Here we will modify this configuration by saying that US region is good, target group, we need to change it. It's this one, arm. Then target ID, it's this one. Advanced configuration is availability zone is still US East to A. Port, we don't need to change it. Extra attribute is good. Yeah, we are good to go. Now we need to create the connection between the LB listener and the target group. So I will make everything bigger again to have more space. Yeah, it should be like that with and then it can be like that. Here we can have more space as well by modifying the name. LB listener is good here. When we have AWS LB target group, we can just leave like LB target group. We don't need to say it's AWS, we already know it. And here we can do the same here. Okay. Here, for example, if we want to hide the connectors, we simply can do it. If we want to hide the titles, we can simply do it here. Then I will create the connector between the LB listener and exactly like that. Then here I will say it's target underscore group underscore on. Save. I will make some space here. And then I will put it more on the left. And here more straight. Then I will add a TIFF bus table. This one. In the subnet, I will modify this configuration by saying it's, let's say, I want it to be a 9 here. Then advanced configuration, we need to modify the MEI. The instance type, let me put it here. It's T3 A micro, and we have the security groups. So now we need to add this one, then it's good here, we can modify it later. Yeah, good to go. And then now I will create a connector between this and that. Connector, I will call it target underscore ID. Then now we need to include another availability zone, another ID here. We will include it in the security group VPC and region like that, and we will be able to modify the resource name. The region, we leave it like that. The advanced configuration, it's availability zone, what do we call it here, and extra attributes, we don't need to change it, so we're good to go. Like this, and then we will make it the same shape. We're good. Now we will include a subnet. VPC AWS subnet. And we will directly modify. We will call it subnet 2. Then the block needs to be modified as well. VPC, let's see, VPC ID is still the same one, so it's good. Advanced configuration, sign the block, the tags. Yeah, we here. The count doesn't need to be modified. I think we're good to go here. Apply. And subnet, we will modify the shape as well. Then, if for example, you're more comfortable on working on the design and to see the code after, we can simply do this. Then here, we can make everything bigger again to have more space. So here, simply need to take this one as well, like that we have way more space. And here this one we will change it. We create more straight here, still the name will not change, is still target underscore ID. So we are good to go here. Then this one, of course, we will modify it as well. Here. And then, yeah, this one we need to make it bigger. This one more. On the right, because we would like to include now an application load balancer. Application load balancer. So ALB. The ALB is included in security group VPC and region. Now we can modify the resource name saying that it's just ALB. The region hasn't been modified. The advanced configuration the tags are good. Yeah, everything is alright. So we can actually see if we want to just look at the design, then we can simply hide the connector and hide the titles. I can see that this one I can make it bigger. Here, this one I can continue making it bigger. The design is kind of important, I believe. So yeah, let's make everything big. So this one, then this one, then this one. And now we do the same for this region and for the subnet. Yeah, we can leave it like that now. This we can include it more on the right. So I guess it's good. Now here is still, we put it like this one. So this is how it looks like. And we will create a connector between the listener, like connector type, for example, like this. Yeah, we need to get the connectors. So this one, we did it twice, so we can delete it. And then yeah, the title, it's load underscore balancer underscore on. And B, the name, if we want the titles, we can put it back here. Yeah, I believe we're good to go. Now let's check on the variables. So basically here we don't need it anymore. The variables, we will create them. So we have the subnet sender that we need to modify. It's an architecture Then we need a type string, and the default is this. Description is this one's, yeah, it's good. Then the cider, we need it as type string, then default needs this one, update. And then we need to create another one. It will be the VPC cider. So the name is this one. The type is still string. The default is and the description can be this one. Add. So now we have created our variables. And we can now look at the code that has been generated, and we can create a pull request if we want to, or we can simply do a plan. Terraform init, acquiring state log, can take some time, and now everything is green. As Brainboard is a collaborative solution, so if one of you have invited one of your colleagues to join you and to design this architecture, basically if he wants to do an apply, Brainboard will recognize that there is already an ongoing action and that you need to stop the plan before you can actually do the apply. So let's say we want to do this, and then apply, we will be able to deploy it in our AWS account. Here, for example, if we want to do, let's say we want to create versions, so init design, then let's say now we want to delete the AWS subnet. We want to create a new version with deleted subnet. And now we want to include an EC2, let's say, just an example, but EC2 in the region, we simply can do it here. Then we can modify the configuration parameter here, and we can create a new version, then added EC2. And here we can navigate. So we can show the versions and we can navigate back to this one, deleted subnet, and added. Let's say we would like to initial design. Then we can go back here. We can clone the architecture, convert the architecture. Next, either on organization or public. We will leave it on public for you to be able to have it. Then next, then this, we can actually say use case. So use case, let's say use case first. And then we can actually publish it. Let's say now you are going into another environment, for example, project. Now you use templates. Use case is this one. You have your diagram here, and you have the code here at the same time. So basically, I showed you how to design your architecture on Brainboard to generate your code, how to create versions, how to deploy your cloud infrastructure in your AWS account, and how to create your variables. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me, and I will be really happy to help you build your own cloud infrastructure on Brainboard. Have a great day and take care.